Super Mario Galaxy is one of those games that is attractive from the start. Everything from its atmosphere, tone, visuals, and gameplay. It's all outstanding. But what makes Super Mario Galaxy stand out from the crowd of platformers? What makes this game so special? I will be exploring these questions and giving my reasoning as to why Super Mario Galaxy is most definitely worth your time, money, and dedication. So make sure to sit back, relax, grab yourself something cold to drink, because today I will be reviewing this behemoth of a Mario game. Back in 2007, we had a lot going on. We had games coming after us from every corner. Halo 3, Portal, Metroid Prime 3, The Simpsons game. Yeah, you heard that correctly. The Simpsons. But one video game that stood out from the rest was Super Mario Galaxy. It was a mainline 3D Mario game, something that nobody has seen since 2002. Except this time, Mario is in space, and everybody knows that space is cool. So did the game deliver? Of course it did. However, the problem is that it delivered on literally everything. And it's pretty hard to find out where to begin, so I just started thinking about what initially attracted me to this game. And the first thing that came up without hesitation is the tone and atmosphere of the game. In order to understand what makes this game's atmosphere so appealing and blissful, we need to talk about the story. This game starts out with Princess Peach inviting Mario to the Star Festival, an event that occurs every 100 years to celebrate a comet that appears above the Mushroom Kingdom. Except this time, everything goes wrong. Surprise. Bowser swoops in and he doesn't steal the princess because no, that is some baby stuff. He steals the whole castle. You know, Bowser really outdid himself this time, and honestly, I'm happy for the guy. He never catches a break. Anyways, Mario tries to save the princess, but is knocked into space, and that's when the Luma saves Mario from death. Mario is then led to Rosalina, who owns a pretty snazzy observatory that can travel through space. However, in order to travel, it requires power stars to function. So that sets forth Mario's journey to collect enough power stars and grand stars to power the observatory so it can reach Bowser. Now, I have a question for you. Can you guess how this story ends? Go on, I'll give you 3 seconds. Take a wild guess. He defeats Bowser, and everything goes back to normal. Yeah, that's the story. It's a Mario game. If you're expecting an impactful story, you're in the wrong place for it. Go play The Last of Us or Paper Mario if you want to fulfill that satisfaction. But what's charming about this game is everything around the story. The setting of space is already amazing, but Super Mario Galaxy throws that setting for a spin. It's not what you would expect from a game that takes place outside of our planet. The planets here have weird shapes, and they also have inhabitants. Despite there being a lot of enemies, it's still kinda lonely out here in the galaxy. Something that adds to that feeling is the soundtrack. There are plenty of relaxing tracks from Super Mario Galaxy that is very popular with fans. And I can see why. It's very charming. But my favorite track in the game has a lot to do with the hub world. At the beginning of the game, the observatory is very dark, and the music is very quiet. It feels like a theme park after public hours. Then as you progress through the game, the observatory begins to light up, and as that happens, the music progressively becomes more lively. It's like this up until the end of the game, where the track is a powerful orchestra that is full of life. This is a direct contrast from what you had at the beginning of the game. The game overall feels like a journey. At the beginning of the game, Mario is nowhere even close to saving Peach, but by the end, you can feel the power. It's getting close and the tension is building. I mean, who needs cutscenes when you have the entire atmosphere around the game telling the story for you? The amount of work and love that went into this little detailed progression really tells you what kind of game that Super Mario Galaxy wants to be. It's a game that wants you to have special moments like these ones. Plain and simple, this game knows how to create memories. And trust me, you will have a lot of special moments in this game because they keep throwing new and awesome ideas at you. In retrospect of this game's story and atmosphere, I really enjoy it. I would go far enough to say that this is the most charming mainline Mario game. However, I might be a tad bit biased because it reminds me of another platformer that I love. Anyways, it's time to get into the big part of the video, the gameplay. 3D Mario games have always annihilated the world of platformers, and Super Mario Galaxy is no different. Which is insane to think about because this game took a huge step in a different direction compared to previous titles. The levels are far more linear and you have to use motion controls. Oh, the motion controls. Let's talk about it. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not the biggest fan of motion controls, period. I feel like in most case scenarios, it just hurts the game in the long run. In Super Mario Galaxy, it's not bad, but it's also not preferable. You kinda have to play with them unless you want to completely ignore the star bits, and if you're doing that, you are really cringe. However, I will say that this is the best motion controls I've ever used. The Wii and Switch versions of this game both feel natural and are not clunky. Also, yes, I am playing this game on the Switch version. What can I say? I'm a freaking loser. By the way, I would say that the Switch version of this game is the best way to play. The game looks absolutely beautiful and the motion controls feel so smooth. And if you're complaining about not being able to get 3D All-Stars, stop. Because you can literally buy it on Amazon. That's how I did it, and apparently there's copies literally everywhere, so you can buy this for a long time. Okay, but back to the video. The motion controls really shouldn't be something that ruins the game for you, because it actually blends smoothly with how Mario controls. By the way, the controls are exactly what you'd expect from a Mario game. You can jump, triple jump, side jump, long jump, backflip, you know, the basics. There is one move missing, and that is the dive, but trust me, you're not gonna need it. And then there are also some other moves that add to the gameplay, like the spin. You can perform the spin by swinging your Wii remote, or if you're playing on Switch, it's a simple press of a Y button. I prefer the spin being mapped to a button, it just makes life so much easier. This move also gives you a choice. You can spin to kill an enemy to get star bits, or you can jump on the enemies to get coins. Star bits can be used as currency to get to other levels, and coins refill your health. Depending on what you need in that situation, it might alter your decision. It's a small touch, but I like it. Additionally, you can use the spin to get extra height in your jumps. And trust me, you're gonna be doing this a ton. So what I'm trying to say is that the spin is pretty cool. But now we need to talk about the thing that this moveset is built around. The level design. You see, the Super Mario Galaxy games have a very linear style of level design compared to the rest of the series. A lot of the exploration from previous games is absent, but in exchange, this means that there is never a dull moment. It's very fast paced and it trims all the fat to almost zero. A lot of people enjoy this philosophy of level design, and that's perfectly understandable. For me though, I'm just not too sure. You know, something's been a bit strange about Super Mario Galaxy. It's almost too linear. Holy sh... Okay, it's not that bad. I'm just pulling your chains. But on a real note, I really do like the linear level design. And sometimes I'd much rather play this than the alternatives. But I'm sorry. I just like the open level design so much more. I feel like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Odyssey's sandbox stages were the peak of Mario. But that's just my opinion. I play games much differently from how you do. If you like games that have zero BS and you just want to get to the point, then by all means, buy this game because you will definitely love it. But if you really like sandbox type levels, well, still buy this game because it's still pretty dang good. But while you're at it, you might want to grab yourself a copy of Mario Odyssey, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and I forgot something awesome. Never have I played a game where the boss fights feel this satisfying to defeat. These fights really push you to use all of Mario's movements and abilities in the perfect way. I never thought I would be complimenting a game for boss fights, but I am. On top of everything, these fights have a pretty decent balance of difficulty. It can be a little rough and maybe even confusing at first, but on your second playthrough, you'll be a pro. It kind of rewards replayability. Actually, talking about balance of difficulty, I feel like this is the perfect amount of challenge in a Mario game. It's not too easy like Mario Odyssey, but it's also not Rainbow Ride. This is how you make a platformer with good balance. You know what also has good balance? 100%ing the game. Thank you for not ruining my enjoyment of this game just because of stupid collectibles. With that being said, in retrospect, this is one of the best platformers ever made. I love the atmosphere, the gameplay, the music, almost everything about it. It may not be my favorite game from the series, but it's definitely climbing up there. At first, I believe this game was one of the weaker titles of the Mario series, but after a while, it really started growing on me. And considering that I'm making the first episode of Odd vs. Normal Opinions on Super Mario Galaxy, I'm probably going to like it even more. I'm putting it on a huge gold pedestal, which means I'm going to warm up to it a lot. And trust me, making this video and analyzing every little thing about this game is making me appreciate it 10 times more. I love this game to death, and it's definitely a game I recommend to anybody looking for a good experience. In conclusion, if you're not stupid, go pick this game up. But now, it's time for the big shocker. Super Mario Galaxy 2. I have barely played this game. When I was young, I did play some of this game, but I wasn't able to make my own logical opinions. So really, I'm going into this game fresh. Just so you guys know, soon I will be reviewing Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Nintendo Wii. I guess we're gonna find out if I become a believer in the linear level design or if it's better than the original. But until then, thank you all for watching today's video, and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful night. My channel members are Thomas One Ride, Chip Chap Chop, Darko Rock Tanksy, Scape, Virtuous Azon, Sonic Pip, Sonic the Hedgehog Azure, Sonic, Rubik Dash, Jaden XV, Saint, Crash D00D, Shadow Poser, Squeak Nerd, Super Shax, Boom, Snick, Sonic Extreme, Super Saiyan Sonic, Just Kidding, and Sonic Fan. Wow, thank you guys so much for becoming a channel member. I really appreciate you guys went out of your way to support me. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. My voice is dying. See you guys in the next video.